One of the things I've seen emerging lately is, and I don't know if you know about this, Ronald, if you've had the chance to talk about this, but I do animation as well, 2D animation, and I'm seeing an increase in demand for my work right now, animated work, since I can't like physically be there with my clients. A lot of them are asking for explainer videos, animated work. Everyone's just trying to look for a way to continue to connect with their audiences. I think so now we're seeing smaller productions, right? We're seeing, say for instance, the Daily Show with Trevor Noah has become the daily social distancing show, and it's almost like a YouTube video. It's like the video you and I are creating right now, you know? So what does that say about a few trends that will begin to emerge in the indie film and short film side of the industry? What do you see emerging going forward? Is there going to be more power for the indie film now that there's sort of like a level, like playing fields are becoming more leveled?
What I've noticed so far is that people still follow stars. Here's something that a lot of people sometimes miss with filmmaking. It is a star-based system. You don't typically go to a movie that doesn't have a legitimate movie star. You don't typically listen to music that doesn't have somebody who has been promoted in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing podcasts that feature celebrities. I'm seeing, like I said, the indie live. Mm-hmm. I'm finding more people are getting into learning how to do some level of video production and adding that to their repertoire. I feel like more people are becoming, even if you look at things like TikTok, it's a wildly popular app at this time. That maybe is interesting, I think, in a way, because you're seeing a lot of rejection to mainstream stars on that platform. People want real people and to see what they can do, and they want some honest humor in a way that's not manufactured. But overall, video production skills and abilities are increasing. I think video production apps are becoming more simplified. And so things are becoming more accessible for those who don't have a tremendous amount. You can shoot 4K video on an iPhone, and if you can get a halfway decent light, you can make it look decent. So people are understanding that, and they're starting to create their own content. I think with that, new trends come. I think that companies follow those trends. So it's you never know what you're creating right now and how people are going to try to get involved and try to monopolize and make money off of it. When it comes to independent films, I think the one issue with indie films that a lot of independent filmmakers have to be aware of is, again, star-based system. So if there's an independent film starring a famous individual, it is much more likely to be watched than an independent film that features a cast of unknowns. So that stigma has still stuck with audiences. I have not seen audiences start to turn to content that doesn't feature recognizable names yet. That's going to be interesting to see if that changes. If people say, we've watched everything, there is no new content because shows aren't producing things, and now we're looking to turn towards indie content, which I think is nice that you're working on Shorts Collaborative, because you're trying to build a platform that puts a spotlight on indie filmmaking.
Right.
I think the quality of the branding that you put together will be an opportunity to attract people to a segment of the market that they're not necessarily being attracted to.
Right.
How indies execute with that opportunity is going to bear some, people look at it and say, hey, this stuff looks good. I should check out more indie films. Or, man, these guys are trash.
Yeah.
This is why I don't watch indie films.
Right.
So,
yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Like you said, the emergence of new technologies continues to level the playing field. The star factor is still there. People would rather see a Robert Downey Jr. than some unknown actor somewhere. That factor is still there, and it will continue to persist for a while. But I do believe, based on my research, that there are niches and that the emergence of technology has given everyone an opportunity to find your niche, in the sense that you might not be making Hollywood money or studio system money, but or like studio system impact, or let's not talk in financial terms, studio system impact, but you will make an impact within a particular niche. And I guess for me, evidence that that's possible is over the past few years, a lot of platforms have emerged for the distribution of indie films, of short films. If there wasn't a demand for it, those platforms wouldn't emerge.
It's true. Now, I would argue, first of all, there's two different levels of the spectrum. Some people are strictly creating for the commercial opportunity. And so, like, with that in mind,
Yes.
they potentially have a $500,000 budget. Like, I've been at film festivals where I had a film that we shot for $5,000 on the same night against a film that was shot for $1.5 million and had name talent from television that's been on HBO.
Wow.
Soprano stars were loaded in this film.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting dynamic. I think filmmakers must stay creative. I think that's the key. I think that's really the key. And like, for example, I'm pretty sure his name is Morgan Cooper, independent filmmaker from the Atlanta, Georgia area. He produced a trailer for a fictional movie that was never really ever going to come out.
Right.
And it was a remake of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If you haven't seen this trailer, please go check it out.
I think I've heard it. It was like a modern day Fresh Prince.
Yeah, it was a re-imaging of what the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air could be like. It was dramatic, it was cinematic, it was engaging. I was like, I hope they make this. Really, really creative, mind-blowing. Did not include Will Smith. It didn't include, anything that was connected with the show.
Yeah.
It was just the idea and the concept, and they told the story through that trailer. And that has gone on to be a launch pad. People saw that, it blew their minds, and it went viral. Will Smith contacted him. He actually went and they had like a meeting, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They sat down to talk concepts.
Yeah.
That was a very creative way to approach something. It didn't cost them a lot of money as far as millions of dollars. Shot really well, very creative, nice concept, got the independent filmmaker to attention. I'm pretty sure other companies may have contracted him to produce like shorts for them specifically. People now want to hear his vision. I'm pretty sure Ava Duvernay reached out to him.
Wow.
A lot of success coming out of an independent film situation. He was doing boom audio work here in Atlanta and Edge area, and wanted to, get his voice out, and was writing and producing films. I think indie filmmakers have to find their voice as filmmakers. And I feel like, sometimes it's really, really low budget. Sometimes it's no-name actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's levels to everything. And when you're ready to step up to the next level, step up to the next level.
Right.
And one of the things I've realized is talent goes a long way. And it doesn't necessarily have to cost as much as you might think. You may be able to reach out to a talent agent and say, hey, I have a budget of $10,000. I need a name in my project. I only need them on set for one day. Do you have an actor that's looking for some work that has, is recognizable that, that this might fit? That's not you saying to the agent, I know you rep Matthew McConaughey, get me McConaughey. No, that's saying, I know you have recognizable talent that you're a representative for. Who do you have that's not working that might want to do some work? This is the budget I have. Don't let me say one or two things. I have nobody for you, or I've got somebody in mind. Hey, Joe, you've been looking for work, right? I've got a project that would be good for you. Now you have a budget and you've got somebody that's in there. That will get you that higher attention at those film festivals that are good for getting your name out. That will get you more respect as a filmmaker when you go to approach other name talent, when you go to approach bigger name DPs, bigger name studios. And you can say, and they say, well, show me your portfolio. Who have you worked with? What have you done? Well, I've got this movie I shot, with this person. Another thing I think people can do that they may not necessarily always do is write for somebody specifically.